What's going on, yard fanatics? This is going to be a quick and brief video, but it's basically talking about your mower blades. Should you sharpen them or replace them?
You're watching Bermuda Grass Central, changing the world 1 yard at a time.
Okay, yard fanatics, look, I'm about to cut my yard right here again. And like I said, if you're not mowing your yard at least once a week, Bermuda lawn, then you're doing it wrong, okay? You should be mowing your lawn, Bermuda lawn, at least once a week. Proper maintenance would be every 3 to 4 days. So actually, I'm trying to stay on every 3 to 4 day thing. Just got through raining. Sun has been out a lot, so I'm about to replace my blades. And the reason I'm telling you this, because sharp blades really make the difference for us mowing your lawn. All right, if you never replace your blades, then you're watching the right video, because you need to replace your blades as a homeowner, and that's cutting your yard between 22 and 30 times throughout the season. You need to replace your blades at least once. Should you have them sharpened? Yeah, you can have them sharpened. You can take them to a lawnmower repair shop, and they'll sharpen them for you for about, I don't know what the going rate is, $6 to $10. All right, but can you do it yourself? Of course. Now, one thing to bear in mind is when you sharpen your own blades, you may get them out of balance, which means they're a little bit kind of, which can create damage to your mower shaft. So yeah, you can sharpen them. And still, nothing's wrong with sharpening your own blades, but you have to learn how to do it. Today, I'm not sharpening mine. I'm replacing them. And matter of fact, let me show you my blades. Okay, yard fanatics, look, this is the blade that comes with the mulching kit. All right, this is a mulching blade. This is not a discharge blade. Mulching blades normally have that wave look to it. All right, and if you look real closely, you can see the nicks on this blade. I can resharpen this blade. I don't have a problem with that. But a lot of times I cut more than 1 yard. I'm cutting massive yards. So instead of even sharpening, I just go ahead and replace them, because it's not that expensive for me. It's only like $20 to replace them, and I might get 20 yards out of a blade like this. Now, I'll take this one and sharpen it myself, so if I'm out down the field, anything goes wrong, I can always put this on. But today, I am replacing these with the Gator blades. All right, now what's the difference? You can see the difference. It's flat, the end is flared up, and basically what it does is when that grass is cut, it goes up. These fins on the end keep it up in the air, and it's kind of sharp right down the end, and it just basically chops it till it's so fine until it fall back down into the grass. So this will be actually my first time going with a Gator blade. Now, these are actually called copperheads, but people more or less know them as Gator blades because it's kind of how Gator blades look. But yeah, proper maintenance on your lawnmower. You need to replace your blades at least once throughout the season. Keep them sharp also. So if you got 2 sets of blades, you should have one on the mower. The other blade should be sharpened. Now, you can get a grinding stone, a bench grinder. They have the little triangular things that you put in there to balance the blade, and those work fine. People do the old school way of hanging it on the wall with a nail to balance it out. And what I mean by balancing it is you don't want to take off so much over here to this side is heavier than this side. So when it's going around, it's actually doing that instead of just a straight balanced, well-balanced spin. So yeah, more blades need to be replaced. And like I said, we're finna cut the yard again. If you're wondering what's going over there, I'm clearing all that bark out, and we're gonna pine straw that, and that. And I'm actually gonna super pine straw that. Something else you need to know about. Listen, you need to beautify everything. Your bushes, your hedges, trees, your edging, all this plays a part in having a nice looking lawn. Right now, looking real good. You see the aeration video, and you know I got all those holes in the ground all in there. Look at that. So yeah, we're looking good, y'all. First application of the actually second application of the season has been put down. Sorry for the wind again, guys, but it's windy. So yeah, replace your blades at least once a season. Me personally, I replace mine probably 4 or 5 times throughout the season. So I'm about to put these gator blades on here, copperheads, and I'll let you see the cut quality after I cut them, okay? All right, guys, look, I took the blades off, but I want to show you something. I just got through some wet grass, and you need to make sure you clean the under deck of your lawnmower. Get down and get up a little bit more. I don't know, look at this, guys. Look at that. You see that, right? See all that? It's caked up on there. I got one of those paint spatulas, and you got to scrape this stuff off because you have weed seeds and stuff that'll cling up in here, and you'll drop them. You see that mildew? That mildew in there. And this, my bad, but it was left like this for like 3 or 4 days. I could have completely, look at that. Wet lawn. So look at that pile. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and scrape all this off. I'm not gonna make a video about this. This video is really about blades, but you gotta clean your more. You gotta get up under there. You can take a pressure washer, and once you scrape all that grass out of there, and go and clean the underdeck. So yeah, make sure you clean the underdeck. Let me get this clean, and we'll put the blades on. Okay, yard fanatics, look. That's what came from up under my deck. Now that's one of the cons of mulching. If you mulch really juicy, well hydrated grass, your clippings will get stuck under your underdeck. And from time to time, or either after each cut, I would peep up under there just to make sure I'm not getting a buildup of this stuff. If you put your lawnmower in your garage and you smell that's nasty grass smell, that's what it is. That's what it is right there. So make sure you get that stuff from the underdeck of your lawnmower. Let's check the blades. Okay, yard fanatics, look, I just replaced the old blades with the new blades. You can see them. And basically what happens, if I could show you without losing the vision, that blade turns, that sharp end cuts the grass, actually keeps it up. It twirls around, hangs around at the top part of that deck. While it's hanging around, it's constantly getting recycled and cut to bits by this right here. And another thing, when you buy these blades and you think that this part is not sharp because you can run your finger across it, it is. What happens after they get it razor sharp, they recoat it with a paint. So, and that's by law, I think, so that you won't get cut. Can't ship super sharp blades, but after you start cutting the grass, that paint starts to thin out right there, and that blade is sharp, believe me. It's not like you sharpen it at home, but yeah, the blade turns around, keeps the grass up, the grass cuts, and eventually it starts to fall down in places like this, because that side right there is higher. When it gets right here, a lot of times it'll get blown into here and then blown back down to the ground as you cut. But that's a lot of times that's what mulching blades look like. You see, I don't have any area where it can come out on the side. That side over there is actually the baffle that I put in to keep it from discharging. So I'm totally mulching this year. All right, so let me go ahead and cut a couple of strips, and I'll let you see what it looks like after that. Okay, yard fanatics, I'm probably end up cutting it that way right there, because I think the last time I cut it this way. Remember, I told you when you cut your Bermuda lawn, cut it different each time you cut your yard. Cut it straight, side, diagonal, diagonal. That way you won't have sink marks or where your mower is pushing down on the same spot, and you'll start seeing that little groove where you'll constantly keep going over the same spot. Then your cut will be completely uneven forever. So always change the pattern. Keep it cut low. don't cut your grass while it's wet with a heavy mower. If you got a super light mower, you may be able to get away with cutting a semi-damp lawn, but if you got one of those real heavy mowers, don't cut it while it's wet, all right? So let me go ahead and cut that, and we'll see. We'll just see what the quality looks like. Okay, yard fanatics, before I cut it though, I just want you to see what some of these blades look like. You see? That's a tall blade right there. Actually, it's over an inch. In this spot right here, I have spots in my lawn that's below half an inch, and then I got spots where I'm right at 2 inches. So my mower, unfortunately, the lowest I can go is right at 1 inch. All right, so I'm gonna give this a little cut, and I'll let you see what the blades look like after BYD cuts it. All right. Okay, yard fanatics, look, I got one blade that I'm trying to zoom in on, or focus in on, because I want you to see the tip of it. Let's see if I can get it where it's not blurring out. But look at the tip of that blade. The tip of this one over here. You see how clean it is? I'm gonna get any closer without messing up the picture. Losing that blade in the picture. But that blade, where is it? Trying to find it, guys. Right there. All right, I'm gonna get close as I can. Hopefully it'll show through on the camera. But you see the clean cut on it? It's not ripped, torn, or all raggedy. So that blade, you know, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Some of these blades didn't get touched because they're below the cut mark on the mower. But as far as I could tell, those blades work pretty good. They work pretty good, y'all. So hope you can see that. So guys, just remember what I said. Change your blades at least once a season. Always have a spare set that's sharpened. If you are mulching your grass, periodically look up under the deck and make sure that your grass is not clumping up. If so, you need to get all that grass off from up under there. Because if you're mulching and you still have weeds, that's one way you transport weeds back and forth. From the vibration of the mower, that stuff will shake off all through the yard, and you're just replanting seeds throughout the yard. So yeah, you've been warned, you've been trained. And guys, just remember one thing. You are tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, came over here and cut it. It did a good job. I didn't line it up yet, but hey, I'm thinking this is St. Augustine or some type of fescue, but this the common area. Nobody keeping up with it, and we just kind of maintaining it. But yeah. All right, guys, Michael Bowman, Bermuda Grass Central, BYD. I'll talk to you soon.